So Mike Perry gets the job done against Eddie Alvarez at BKFC 56. It was the first time I'd actually watched one of these, and I have to say I was extremely impressed by not only the production, but also by both fighters. I think both of these guys are absolute warriors. Even though Eddie Alvarez lost, he gave a good account of himself. I think he started out really strong in the fight. I think that it caught Mike Perry off guard. He started strong, but towards the end of the fight, so the second round, I thought Mike Perry's tenacity, his pressure, and his raw ferociousness that makes him really good at bare knuckle fighting shined through quite a bit, and he got the job done. Eddie Alvarez's team threw in the towel. He'd had enough, but both fighters did give a really good account of themselves. No one's gone down in value here. These guys are tough guys, but what does this mean for Mike Perry? Well, I think Mike Perry has actually found here the sport that he shines in. He's 4-0, he's beaten Julian Lane, Michael Venom Page, Luke Rockhold, and now Eddie Alvarez. And this guy is pretty much built for bare knuckle fighting, right? This guy is ferocious, he has no fear. He goes in there with his heart on his sleeve, and this is really good. This is where he shines. At first, when I saw him going into this bare knuckle stuff, I wasn't convinced that he was gonna do very well. Not because of how he fights, I just didn't think he would make much money. I didn't think it would be that popular, the bare knuckle stuff. This bare knuckle fighting definitely seems to be skyrocketing and going up in value. He's sort of become a figurehead in bare knuckle fighting, and he seems unbeatable. You know, the 4 victories he's had have been brilliant fights. I have to say, I do think bare knuckle fighting has a massive potential. I think we could see a lot of UFC guys transfer over to bare knuckle, maybe when their careers are done, or they might do what Mike Perry did and go over a little bit earlier in their career. You've got to remember, he's only 32 years old, so he's still got a lot of fighting left, but I definitely think it has high potential. Do you guys think it has high potential? Because I do. I am going to be watching this and covering this on the channel. I just wanted to make a short video and say a huge well done to both men, who are tough men. They are tough guys. They showed balls to get in there. And also a massive congratulations to Mike Perry, who I think is doing phenomenal there. He's really leading the charge in terms of bare knuckle fighting. And I think we're going to see this rise in popularity, maybe even to the level of UFC, in my opinion. We've been looking for something to compete with the UFC in mixed martial arts. We haven't had that yet, but I do think that bare knuckle fighting could rise to the same popularity as the UFC and indirectly become competition, because fighters might say, you know what, I could get way more money doing bare knuckle fighting. I don't have to watch out for takedowns, I don't have to do jiu-jitsu, I just need to use my stand-up. And I think we actually might see some UFC fighters go over. What's funny is we've always wanted something to compete with the UFC, and we've always wanted it to be the exact same. We've wanted it to be like a PFL, a Bellator, a One Championship, where it's mixed martial arts. But now we have this bare knuckle stuff going on, and it's not the same rules, but it could compete with the UFC indirectly. So it's very interesting. I'm sure Dana White is keeping an eye on bare knuckle at the moment, and it might make him worry a bit that some fighters might go over. So well done to Mike Perry, well done to Eddie Alvarez. And I think we have a new organization that, although is not the exact same as the UFC, will compete with the UFC. And that is always good, because you don't want one company to have a monopoly over everyone else in an industry. You want competition, because then that raises the pay for fighters. It also means the UFC will have to step up their game, and it means that all other organizations will have to do the same, which therefore leads to improvement. You don't want one company dominating the whole industry, and I think this is great for all fighting fans, not MMA fans. If you're a fan of MMA, you might not like this, but for us fighting fans who love boxing, who love bare knuckle, who love UFC, this is excellent that bare knuckle is getting so many eyes and so many views. So thank you guys for watching. It's a short video. I've been away with a lot of work recently, but I will be back to uploading on the regular, of course, and see you guys later.